Adventures don't always have to take place deep in the woods or far from home. Sometimes on days like today, when it's the middle of winter and it has been rainy and snowy and yucky, it's just nice to go somewhere where it's close to home and indoors.
Today we are at the Bass Pro Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium. This is one of our favorites, so come along and we'll check it out.
The museum does such an amazing job of setting the scene for you as soon as you enter any of their areas. We've just entered the aquarium and all of a sudden you feel like you're in an ocean area. The lighting is blue, the sounds even sound different, like it's more underwater. It's such an amazing experience. Can't wait to go in the entrance.
This first room is amazing. You get a 360-degree view. You're totally immersed in the experience. Look at that guy.
Look, honey, this one's called a yellow-banded sweet lips. Nice.
I keep looking for my exhibit, but apparently I'm not in the Fishing Hall of Fame.
Throughout the aquarium, they do an amazing job of giving you different perspectives of the same exhibits. It's really beautiful.
In addition to all the live tanks, they have some historical exhibits here as well. Behind me is Ernest Hemingway's boat.
I love the exhibits in the shipwreck room. They have lots of tanks that have really colorful, beautiful fish in them. It's fun to watch little kids go in and see all the fish that are there. And they have these awesome little signs right next to them that identifies all the fish for you, so you don't have to wonder what kind of fish it is. This is why I don't like to swim in the ocean.
Look at the lips on that guy.
When they planned the aquarium, they did a good job of thinking about the fact that there's going to be lots of people taking lots of time and have children. And they have bathrooms in a variety of places throughout the aquarium, super helpful. And they even have a snack stop in the shipwreck room in case you get hungry partway through your tour.
After the shipwreck room comes the swamp.
Interesting fact about the Swamp at Night exhibit, the animals that are here, like the alligators and owls and beavers, are typically nocturnal animals, so that you can see them in the exhibit during the daytime. They keep everything dim and dark. But then when everybody leaves at night, they turn on ultraviolet lights so that the animals are getting the required daylight hours that they need. They also rotate the animals in and out so that they can actually get some real sunlight and take care of them and keep them really healthy. So what a neat way to get a night exhibit in the day.
Oh man, the otters are sleeping. This is one of our favorite exhibits normally, and sadly, they're taking a nap. One of the cool things is some of the exhibits allow you to get actually inside. Probably not meant for 50-year-old dudes, but here we are inside the ring.
Look, he's smiling. So cute. This room has to be the favorite of little kids because in one tank you have Dory and in the other tank you have Nemo, and you can go up inside. All right, honey, just keep swimming.
In the shark exhibit, for an extra fee, you can schedule a time to get in the cage and go down and experience what it feels like to swim with a shark.
There are a couple of places in the aquarium where they have a fish petting zoo, and they'll have different animals and things that you can stick your hands in and actually touch if you like to do that kind of thing. Me, no touchy. Eric, you can go for it.
Time for the Amazon.
Look at those toes. Electric eel. Shocking.
This is another great example of having multiple points of view, because from here you can look down and really appreciate it, and then along the side you can see it underwater.
Sorry, honey, don't think you're going to be in this one either.
From under the river to under the sea. Let's go. This is a spot where you can touch the stingrays. You can pay $3 to get some food, and even if you don't want to spend the money, you can still stick your hand in the tank and they'll occasionally come by and you have a chance to touch them. It's super fun. Another neat activity is they have coloring sheets down here. You can color your own fish. They will scan it in and put it up on the video board. It's really cute to watch the kids and the big kids have some fun with it. Right next to the aquarium and the museum is the Fish Tales restaurant. They have lots of great options, especially for lunch. And how fun is it to eat right next to the penguin tube? Well, we're here with Shelby Stevenson, who's the Director of Public Relations for this beautiful facility at the Bass Pro National Museum and Aquarium. How long has the aquarium portion been open?
So the facility opened altogether on September 21st of 2017, but the aquarium, in and of itself, there was a smaller version of Wonders of Wildlife that was open in the early 2000s. Many people who are native to Springfield may remember visiting that former facility, but Johnny had a dream that was way bigger than that original facility, and that is the museum and aquarium that is now open today. So 350,000 square feet. On the aquarium side, we're talking 1.5 million gallons of water. The aquarium side is also where almost all of our live animals reside. The only exception is the Gentoo penguins, which are over here in the wildlife galleries. But 35,000 live animals, 800 different species. So we of course have fish, we're an aquarium, but we also have mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and birds.
What was, which of the animals was the most difficult to acquire for the aquarium?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. And one animal that people don't often think of as being an animal are coral. And coral, we have a beautiful coral reef gallery in the aquarium. It's right after the Out to Sea Shark exhibit when you see the big sharks and groupers. And I always encourage people to really slow down. It's easy to kind of walk right by, but slow down, take a moment and really study the diversity and the life inside our coral reef exhibit. It's just beautiful. And coral, are of course facing a lot of threats in the wild. We're seeing some really serious decline in our reef populations, from the Great Barrier Reef to our coasts right here in Florida. And our team has done an amazing job of growing everything that you see in that exhibit, from these tiny little coral frags into this big, beautiful coral reef that we have today. But coral are very sensitive. They require very specific temperatures and saline levels and oxygen levels in the water. So that's an exhibit that has to be managed very, very carefully, but the beauty payoff is certainly there.
Wow, that's amazing. And which of the animals takes the most care in terms of the either the fish or the whether it be the octopus and stuff from a feeding schedule and trying to get the right kind of food? Which animal is most particular?
Well, I think to answer that question, I would say it's probably our paddlefish. Our paddlefish is in our community pond exhibit. It's always one that stops people in their tracks when they see it, because it has this big, long nose that kind of looks like a paddle of a canoe.
I really hope these things are not in our lake.
It's actually native to right here in Missouri. They can be found in Table Rock Lake. And paddlefish are actually filter feeders, which means that even when you're here at Wonders of Wildlife, what you might see that fish doing is opening its mouth really, really wide and swimming around, filtering all of that water through its gills.
Wow, that's amazing. And just for the aquarium, what length of time do you recommend just for that portion of the exhibit?
We usually say that wildlife galleries plan at minimum 1 hour, aquarium plan at minimum 2 hours. So if you're planning to do the whole thing start to finish, plan in that 3-hour range, but there sure is a lot to look at and see. So like I said, if you're someone who likes to really take their time, take in all of the signage, learn about each of the species in the exhibit, you'll want to plan plenty of time to see everything.
That's great. And my last question on the aquarium would be, which is your favorite animal? You said the coral might be the most challenging, but which one is your favorite?
I think I would have to say the octopus. Giant Pacific octopus, they are incredibly smart animals. They only have a lifespan in the wild and in human care of around 3 years. So they have a pretty short lifespan when we look from an evolutionary perspective, but they have sure invested a lot in intelligence. These are really, really smart animals. And in order to keep up with our octopus's intelligence, our team does all kinds of really, really neat enrichment for that animal to keep him mentally stimulated. So that's everything from putting some food inside a sealed mason jar and dropping that mason jar in the water and letting him figure out how to take that lid off, to sometimes giving him a Mr. Potato Head, a hamster ball, all kinds of really neat things. And their brains just work in amazing ways, really neat creatures.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time to share a little behind the scenes of the aquarium and of the National Museum right here at the Bass Pro headquarters. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
We had a great time in the aquarium and ended up spending a lot more time in there than we planned. We were in there for about 2.5 hours. There's so much that you can look at and explore. It is fabulous, a great place for an adventure.
It's a great place to spend kind of a yucky, cold afternoon. Be sure to come out and check out the Bass Pro experience, because today is an adventure day.